Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. I'm having a little bit of a technical issue here. Can all of you hear me okay? I hope you can, because this does not seem to be working. Oh, this is a drag. Uh, wow. Okay. Hold on a moment here. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, we're working. Thank you. Thank goodness here. All right, people. So post-market wrap-up on this lovely July 5th, 2023. It is a Wednesday. I'm glad all you people are here. Thank you. Thank you all. Lava Girl, Joey Socks, all my friends here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, people, let's talk. So, for the first time in a while, the MMRI, the Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, has crossed 250. As a matter of fact, I just looked at it prior to this. We're sitting at 252.4. All right. Thanks, Mitch. What does this mean for all of us? Well, the last bunch of times this has occurred, this market has taken a hit. Now, today, this market, hold on a moment here, I'm still having a problem with this. Today, this market did fall under some pressure. Nothing major, but stocks did fall. At one point, the Dow was down about 200 points. We finished in the red pretty much across the board. The 10-year yield jumped 2.93. The relative strength of the dollar jumped about 0.3. That was enough, again, to push the MMRI higher. The VIX, the volatility index, made a nice jump over 4% higher. Crude oil really was the winner today on the back of what came out of the mouth of Saudi Arabia here, how they are now in alignment with Russia. You know, this is maybe a prelude for something much bigger down the line, and we'll talk more about that. But the alliance here clearly between Saudi Arabia and Russia obviously had a big effect on crude oil today. And this is no surprise. You and I knew something was going to happen. How many times have we seen this over and over and over again? Crude oil falls, they prop it up. Crude oil falls, they prop it up. And actually, as a matter of fact, the Saudis today said that they will do whatever it takes, not Greg Mannarino's words, their words, to make sure that the price of crude remains high and all of us, you, me, and everybody else here, pays more for energy moving forward. Anyway, you know, look, I was getting a lot of questions today in my email box about the Federal Reserve and them buying stocks. What do we know the Fed does? The Federal Reserve has a trading desk. And even though the MMRI has now crossed 250, is it possible that the Fed's going to get in here and buy large cap stocks? Because that's what they do. They buy large cap stocks to prop up the entire market. Just a few companies is all they got to do. And we've seen this over and over again. Now, we'll see. Again, we got volatility kicking up. If this gets out of hand, you have to understand, yes, the Fed buys the market. Not only the debt market, for which they've been rigging from now until, you know, kingdom come. They've been propping this whole thing up. It's out of control. Thank you, Clever Custom Performance. Exactly. It's vomitous. It's all rigged. We understand that. This market has gone, and I mean this with every fiber of my being, where no man, no woman, no thing has ever gone before. You know, and this is also a big part of this is this. We're in an election cycle. Again, you heard the propaganda, no, the flat out lies that came out of the mouth of vomitous mass. I don't even want to mention it. That's just behind the Resolute desk talking about how people are earning more money and how inflation is coming down and our economy is booming. Oh, that's interesting here. You know, it's so interesting. Why is it that during his little talk, our lovely thing sitting behind the Resolute desk, he didn't mention how the manufacturing sector is falling, it's cratering, it's in the negative. We've never seen anything like this before. The yield curve, okay, right now today, inverted even more. And don't take my word for this. Don't take my word for anything, honestly. Just look this up for yourself. Every single inverted yield curve since 1950 has preceded a recession. Now, we are clearly in something that is yet to be defined. We are beyond recession, moving clearly into a depression. And part of that is more news that we got today. I want you to consider what I'm about to tell you just real quick. So, bankruptcy filings this year alone, are you ready? Sit down, are up 68% versus the prior year. So does that sound like a healthy, prosperous nation? And it gets better than that here. Food inflation, something that you and I have spoken about, would outpace everything else. I mean, just go look at my past videos here. All right. And I'm going to tell you, we're not done, but food inflation year over year is up 49%. 49%. And I'm going to tell you something. We're not done. Not at all are we done. Okay. And I don't care. Oh, that's another thing today. So, my mailbox is lighting up like a Christmas tree today. Is the Fed going to buy the market? Probably yes. Is the Fed going to prop up the market? Probably yes. Is the Fed going to raise rates come next month? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they are. Okay, we had a pause in June, and they're going to raise rates again incrementally. We're going to get another 25 basis points, and they're going to try to fish feed you the crap, okay, that by some miracle, this is all going to turn around. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. That inflation is going to come down. No. Let me just throw something else here by you. In the last month, take a deep breath for a moment. Let's do this together. Are you ready? Very nice. In the last month, this is, what you would expect. The U.S. national debt has gone up nearly $1 trillion in 1 month. Now, being that the debt is now inflated nearly $1 trillion in the last month here, how does that affect inflation? You can't just inflate the debt, create cash out of nothing, whatever, and expect there not to be a ripple or fallout from this. And this is going to be more inflation. Again, you see, you can't know these things. Central banks continue to buy, flood the world with more debt, which is all massively inflationary. But you see, you can't know that at all. No one's supposed to know any of these freaking secrets here. Yeah. What's $1 trillion between friends? Could you imagine? Imagine if we continue this. But you all know that how the system works here. It must relentlessly and continuously pull debt into the now, just again to keep the current system afloat without exponentially increasing the debt every nanosecond of every day. This thing implodes. We turn back into freaking Mad Max. Anyway, on the back of that, you got gold and silver finishing mixed today. Nothing major. Gold a slight loss. Silver put on a slight gain. Cryptocurrencies have been taking off. You remember when Bitcoin fell under 17,000 or so? That was a great opportunity to buy. I actually said that. Now we're at a little over 30,000. Thank you, Joey Sox. It is a big fugazi, but look, it is beyond Thunderdome. Exactly. It's craziness. Anyway, let me just go over some of this stuff. I wanted to tell you about food inflation up 49% year over year. Let me ask you this. Why is it, in your opinion, that our illustrious president didn't say his Bidenomics, he makes up these words here, or whoever made that up for him. Bidenomics is responsible for a 49% year over year increase in the price of food on average. 68% year over year, bankruptcies up 68%. This is part of the mechanism that you and I have discussed over and over and over would happen from years ago. And we're not done again. This is an extermination on a biblical scale, okay, with regard. They're wiping out, and it's happening in our face, an entire class of people around the world. Around the world, they're being eliminated. They're being exterminated. They're being made slaves to the current system. I tell you, man. How about this one? Imagine my shock here and imagine your shock. What have we discussed here over and over? Oh, I'm having a meltdown. Over and over again. credit card debt, household debt, personal debt would surge out of control with no end in sight. Well, today, according to what they're letting us know, credit card debt has now hit another record high. Thanks, Mitch. It's just not going to stop here. And this is something else here. What's the real reason? That you and I know this. Okay, let's just clarify what's going on. So central banks raising rates, the Fed raising rates, they're telling us it's to control inflation. It has nothing to do with it, because you and I knew since day one it would not work. I mean, go back to my old videos. We laughed right here saying it would not work. I said specifically, I don't care how much they want to raise rates, it ain't going to make any difference. And it looks like we nailed that to the wall. This isn't Greg Mannarino's thing. This is our freaking thing. But anyway, mortgage rates have gone up by 150% under the thing sitting behind the resolute desk. But you see, he can't tell you that either, because people, according to him, are earning more money. Well, real wages, think about what I'm going to tell you. What people are actually earning based against inflation has gone down now for 25 consecutive months. 25 consecutive months of real wages dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. But how come he doesn't mention that? Because Bidenomics is working so well. You know it is, because he's telling you, and he's an authority figure. Hell, he's the president, of the United States. And I'm just Greg Mannarino here. Okay, so I guess he's smarter than me. How about I don't think so? But that's I don't think there's a person here who believes that it is smarter than any one of us. No, I'm sorry. It's just not true. But this is crazy. I mean, we got this. Look, let's just, where's this all going? We have today, again, I want you to pay attention, the most inverted yield curve we've ever seen. We've never seen anything like this before. We have every single leading economic indicator, every one of them, telling us, hey, guess what? Everything that we're hearing from the mainstream propaganda, everything coming out of the thing's mouth and the Federal Reserve, it's all a lie, okay? All of it is pointing towards the economy getting worse than it is now and inflation going higher than it is now. But no, you and I, you see, we can't believe our own lying eyes, our own eyes, our own pocketbooks. That lies to us because they're telling us the polar opposite. Duh. I'm sweating. I'm freaking sweating. The fact that I'm sweating should get me more than 408 thumbs up here. I got 1,300 people watching. People, come on, help me out here with these thumbs up. Help us all out. Because again, this isn't my thing. This is our thing. The more thumbs up that we get, the more people will see these videos. And I count on all of you to get my work out there. Those thumbs up are fantastic and we need them. All right. We got to share this stuff. Get it out there. You understand? Whose monetary policy? It's the central banks. The central banks. I just got a question. Whose monetary policy? It's the central banks. It should be obvious. Central banks run the economy. Central banks run the financial system of the world, including the financial markets. So it's not Bidenomics because, look, I understand that Joe Biden has a fan club. And every single time I say something bad about the man, I get called out because for whatever reason it might be. Even Bill Gates has a fan club. Whenever I talk bad about Bill Gates, I get slammed. All right. And I guarantee you I'm going to get more hate mail and death threats and everything else. It's just an incredible phenomenon, but I don't really give a damn. I tell people what's on my mind, and that's it. You all know how I operate here. Yes, we are the freaking resistance, Lava Girl. And you are a key part of this, Lava Girl. And everyone should be paying attention to you and your channel. And they are devils. Lex Luthor. Yeah. We got to think about what we have: things, ghouls, creatures, Lex Luthors running the world economy. And I'm sorry to Sleeper Cell that Trump ain't going to matter. It's not going to matter. It's, again, if you believe that there's no two-party system, that's number one. They're all working towards the same goal, to empower the central banks. Even he did, calling for negative rates and a weaker dollar. You understand? I understand that you guys all some of you need some kind of a savior deity, a man god that's going to, lead you to the promised land. Sorry, ain't happening. It's the central banks that run the show. And once you get hip to that, everything else will make sense to you. Exactly. Read The Creature from Jekyll Island. You want to know what's going on here today? Go to Amazon or wherever you get your books, and read The Creature from Jekyll Island. This is going to outline for you everything that you need to know about what's happening here. This has all been planned out a century ago, what we're seeing now. Thank you, Intrepid Soul. All of it. Nothing is by accident. Nothing is what it seems to be. This is a collective effort. We have a one world government, and it's the central banks. Yes, I pick on the Bidenstein creature. I just hate the lies that come out of all of their mouths. You understand? And I don't think it matters at all. For how many years have I told you they could put a farm animal behind the Resolute desk? It won't make a difference. It'll be the same thing. The end result will be the same, because central banks have been working towards a goal for over 100 freaking years to be the owners of the world, to buy it all, to foster this new slave system that they're clearly on the cusp of. We all know that. You think we don't have a slave system right now? Well, wake up and smell the freaking coffee. I think we all get it here, people. I'm preaching to the choir for the most part. You all get it. You really, really do. It's just so sick. Anyway, it drives me out of my freaking mind on an unprecedented scale. Thank you, Peter. Communism, socialism, some other yet to be defined thing. All right, slaves, people willing. Do you realize? You see, you and I are different, okay? But there are throngs of people that are willing to give up their liberties, their freedoms, pretty much everything, so they can be taken care of from cradle to grave. There are many, many people like that. All right, everyone gets a trophy these days. How about no? Ponziism. Yeah, it's a freaking Ponzi scheme. Everything. Yes, F Joe. I'm on. Yes, Jeff. I'm with you on that. F the whole damn system. The whole damn system is rigged in a way against every single one of us. All right. And look what we're doing. You and me, at least from a financial standpoint, we know what we're looking at, and we know what to do about it. Again, betting against the debt, becoming your own central bank, holding hard assets. Nobody knows this better than one of my dearest friends, Jimmy LaRocca. If you're out there, bro, you're the man. This guy is a hoarder of silver to the highest order, as am I, as I hope most of you are as well here. Betting against the debt, becoming your own central bank means do what they're doing, all right? They don't buy gold for tradition, as we were told that's what they do out of its mouth. Another thing, Ben Bernanke, the man, should be in shackles somewhere. They're lying to us all, as they always do. You remember when the whole thing was melting down? It was contained. It was contained. How about none of it was contained? And he knew it wasn't contained too. He knew what was going to happen. But again, the man now makes $1 million per public speech. $1 million per public speech. Really? Who would pay this guy? You're going to be kidding me. Thank you, Stephen. But that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Imagine it. Imagine this. Really, seriously. Oh, man, I tell you, I'm going to get a freaking headache. I'm going to have a vapor. One of these days, people, I'm going to freaking vapor lock right here. Anyway, you know how we drain the swamp, Jim? Okay. We just finished celebrating Insurrection Day. A crime punishable by death. We need another revolution here. Okay, a revolution, a revolt, and there's not enough of us. And unfortunately, again, what are people doing? They're willingly submitting on their knees to the current system, marching themselves directly into the slaughterhouse. You and me, Jim, and everybody else that's sitting here, we are the exception. We are the resistance, and that's. Look, my goal, my dream has been to see this channel get bigger and bigger. Obviously, get more people on board. But there's so few of us to understand it. People are coming around. There is no doubt about it. More and more people realize. You see, the first key to this entire thing is people realizing that there is something wrong. Most people in their soul, in their heart, using their God-given gift out of an intellect, understand that something is wrong. They know there is. And that's the first step to understanding that this whole twisted thing is not what it seems to be, and that we are clearly on a pathway towards destruction for the human race on a grand scale here, and a vast reduction in the global population. Every time I say that, Greg, you're a conspiracy theorist and you're trying to frighten people. Nonsense. This is what they do. Not only are they in the the state very successfully creating a two-tier society, making former members of the middle class fall into that lower rung and become dependent on the system. Why I believe that they want to drastically reduce the global population, and they're going to do this again via the debt bubble bursting. The debt bubble bursting is the greatest threat to humankind, period. You all know that. Okay. A melting down of the debt market is going to cause issues that people don't even understand. It goes way beyond the financial system. Understanding that the debt-based economic model will pretty much cease to exist. Cash won't work at that point. The whole system is just going to melt down. I mean, your credit cards, debit cards, how people have come to learn the system works. I mean, resources are going to become scarce on an incredible scale. As supply chains shut down and everything else, the human population is going to die off, a large amount of it. There's going to be rioting in the streets here as these same people who become dependent on the system now have it all taken away. Pandemonium is really what it's going to boil down to, but it's all about control. Control. They want to know what we're doing, when we're doing it. There's no privacy anymore. No such thing. And this is just going to evolve into a lot more control moving forward on a scale that I really don't think people are ready for, honestly. So just prepare yourself. Keep the high ground here. Be ready for a worst case scenario. You always have to be. And going back to this market here that we have the MMRI over 250, let's see what they do here. Okay, let's see if they prop up the market by buying large cap. Let's see if they start buying more debt. I don't know what's going to happen here. All right, I would advise people, honestly, look, this market seems invincible at this point. We don't have pullbacks anymore. We don't have corrections anymore. It's absurd. Normal markets have pullbacks. Normal markets have corrective phases. We don't even get that anymore. It's just up and up and up and up. I mean, today, yes, we fell a little bit here, but let's see what they do. Let's see what they pull off. All right, people, I'm going to end this video for over 20 minutes, and people tend to complain when I make these, not you guys and girls, you're my base, but when I make these videos too long, I get complaints, and Greg, your videos are too long, and man, imagine that. Just watch half then. I don't know what to tell people, those that complain about the videos being too freaking long. But Jerome Powell, I knew you would say that. I knew. We have Jerome Powell here, people. Let's all get on our hands and knees and thank the good Lord that he's here. All right, people, I'm going to get out of here. All right. Love you a lot from the heart. Thank you for being here, all of you. Please comment. Please share the video. Please, those thumbs up are awesome. And Greg, 3 hour. Lord Humongous, dude, where have you been? I missed you, bro. Whenever I don't see you here, I don't like it. I like seeing all my friends here. Scott, Lava Girl, of course. Where's Magic Mika? Magic Mika. She left me. She left me for another guy. Is that the truth? Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Let Coco go. Let Coco go where? I'm not letting my dog go. What are you, nuts? Hell no. Anyway, all right, people. Look, I'm out of here. All right. Love you a lot. I will see you in the morning. Thank you for helping me stay sane in a completely twisted world. It gets very, go drag racing. I will be soon. I'll keep you on top of it. All right. I'm out of here. See you in the morning.